Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon with our AI symposium. Um, I know it can be overwhelming sometimes if you're not familiar with AI. I'll keep this one short and sweet because this is a last minute presentation, a sort of work in progress, so I can't show you everything that I've been working on, the end product per se. Um, I have the wonderful job of training our help desk staff and students to let them know how Campus Technology Services is replying to tickets, phone calls. There's a lot to go over as far as training material, and then also with the day-to-day operations. So we do have an initial help desk guide that I've created. I'll go ahead and show that. We have our ticketing system as well as a knowledge base and services client portal for everyone to see who's a current student, faculty, or staff. We do also have internal documentation that helps guide us with the technical side of things, the jargon and whatnot. With the Tier 1 assistance document, I just took it as a PDF and found out that I have written a total of about 72 pages. It is a lot of information. And this is what I tell my students and staff is my thought vomit. It's a lot of information that I've just gathered together as far as every ticket that comes in, how are we responding, who is responsible for it, and what is the process. So to take all of this information and in order for students and staff to search this document, we would do a Command F or Control F search, right? And say I have an issue with Brightspace. Brightspace gives us 30 queries. So unfortunately, we have to tab throughout the whole document. It is a bit intensive with just trying to figure out what exactly is that issue. If you find a certain section that briefly talks about the issue, but not the whole issue, it may be confusing to get the right answer. So what I'd like to use is some kind of AI tool so that we can make it easier in a chat format to ground this sourced information. So I thought NotebookLM was the perfect opportunity for that. And with NotebookLM, if you're not familiar with it, this is where you can upload your sources on the left side. And this could be anything from the web, YouTube video, text. I have the NotebookLM chat app on my phone. I just started using that. What I took is an example today is I took the Oz chatbot presentation from this morning. I took a picture of it with my phone and uploaded it to NotebookLM, and it reads the text for you. So if you're familiar with being able to retain all of that information by writing it down, this is a certain way that you can manage your notes digitally as well, so you don't have to annotate them, right? And just start typing all of that information on the computer. So it's a great instantaneous way. Another issue that I've found is that if I just upload our Tier 1 assistance document that you see on the left, it's a lot of information for the AI to digest. It's also a lot of information if a help desk student or staff were to try to ask it information. It's going to read through the whole document, try to analyze it from all of that information. So another way that I've, through this process is, like they've said in the previous AI conversations this morning, is that if we can separate out the information and hear back from AI, and that reflective mirror is that when I'm asking it to do something, I'm reflecting myself, and what I'm asking it to do is maybe not the best way forward. So breaking it down as far as training for new staff, new students would definitely help them in their perspective. So if they do just have an issue with network support, they can just select network troubleshooting and then start to ask the chat. You'll see in the center that I've customized this, so you can customize it with an individualized photo. You can change the title. NotebookLM will give you a summarized title as well as what it thinks a summary of the documents would be. But you can go ahead and change that to your specifications. At the very end, I'd say, like we're a team. This is a living document that ensures we deliver a unified expert response to every user who needs our help. But this can be customized to your specifications as well as far as who to contact for support, what we do, how we can help users. See, this is the overview there, the creator note, and then it gives some suggested questions. So say if I were to select network troubleshooting, these don't reflect that I selected that, that option on the left. But say there's one right here, actually. How do I troubleshoot a student's gaming console network connection? Unable to answer. So let's try something else. It may just not understand the words that were used. And it could be hallucinating. How about this? We'll try something else. And I'll delete the chat. Let's start over. That may be the issue. I need to sign in again. All right. Bear with me a moment. All right. So the student view does work at this time. I was going to show this anyway. So the studio side on the right-hand side, you'll notice has changed. And that's because this is now a notebook that has been shared with another account. This is just another account. It looks the same otherwise, other than I can't change the studio options on the right. I can chat with it, but I just can't customize it in any way or add sources as well. But I can chat with it. So let's try this. So Wi-Fi issues and MFA issues are typical issues that we help at the help desk, especially the students. They're new, they're coming in, they don't know how to connect. We do have knowledge-based articles that are helpful, but how do you get those troubleshooting steps and reflect that share that information with the student? So we can reply to them in a ticket with an email and explain the next steps. But this assures us that, hey, we're looking for this exact specific information. They can submit a request on their own and do a physical setup and check their device settings. So I like how it says 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. These are the certain kinds of things we want them to be able to do is verify their registration and identify their access point. Sometimes with these halls, they need to activate their wired connection with us. And they may not know that, so I'm going to share that with them. On the studio side, I foresee this as a great tool to use when training new staff and students. So that might be something that's worthwhile for if someone has student assistants in their department. And it could be flashcards, quizzes, maybe a video explainer. And I've had fun with this. There are certain variations of the video and audio overview where you can customize it by language, by tone, and you can make it fun, professional, concise, or extended. And I would like to just show you a short video that I started, hopefully. All right, that came out to be the same thing. All right. Well, I don't have the password readily available. I apologize about that. Um, let's see. I will go to mine. All right, this is just a different variation. Let's see. I also created an MFA enrollment guide. So I'll just pivot here. This was another video that I created with NotebookLM for orientation. So I wanted to just explain our MFA process, how to enroll for new students. I did come across a few issues and had to repeat this process a few times by tweaking my presentation material. It didn't know how to say SUNY. It said Sunny. So that's just one of the little tweaks that you have to make as you're developing NotebookLM. It's not perfect in any way. I found a couple of issues when getting that video to generate. Turn on audio. Mhm. Well, I can't seem to get the audio to work, so I apologize. But we'll play the video otherwise. We always get into technical difficulties, don't we? There's the text on the screen. It's just a simple explainer talking about welcome to SUNY Oswego, really getting them into the understanding that they need to protect their digital life, their password, their two-step verification, and just showing them an overview of the Google and MFA process for Google and Microsoft. What I did notice is that one video I was trying to show earlier, what I had done is temporarily added screenshot photos with the red boxes around where I wanted people to click, such as account tools, the setup process for Google and Microsoft MFA. And I was like thinking, would NotebookLM take those images? And it did. The only problem with anything that comes from the video overviews as well is that those images right now are small. So keep the images that you do use overly generalized, big explanation rather than small text with those screenshots. So maybe not screenshots of text would be good at this time for this video tool. But creating a video overview, just allowing it to take that content that you have and generate it into something that it can create comfortably right now is where it's at. The other video that I was about to start was something that was cute and cuddly. It was a Kwai, and they got different options here. So it doesn't have to be straightforward and professional, but keep it light, keep it entertaining sometimes would be helpful. And there was also some text issues as well, but that has improved over time, I've noticed. Uh, that's the process that I have right now for our training material, as well as just using NotebookLM as a chat feature. Does anyone have any questions?
Have you explored using the same type of process and creating a gem and doing it out of a gem instead?
Yep, I've tried a gem. There was some hiccups with the instructions that I wanted because I had to be very specific. So another thing that I have trouble with is like in this chat, I'll put this away to the side. You can customize how you want it to be displayed for the other user. So I didn't explain that either. So the learning guide mode is great for when you're having a faculty member trying to share information with students, whether this is to catch them up and to explain something that they may have trouble with for the concepts. The learning guide mode can be turned on if you're trying to get the user to understand because it asks a follow-up question at every time. Another thing you can do with the learning guide mode is you can say, do not give away the answer, guide them through with critical thinking. And that way, if you're trying to say 1 + 1 = 2 without saying the 2, it'll help them understand why. I don't have it here, but like a default would just be, you can chat with it like it's an AI chatbot. It'll just try to give you an generalized answer. But custom, I highly recommend this because you can say, I want you to provide answers that are short and to the point when I'm just asking a simple question like, who manages EMS? Or, make sure it's in the format 1, 2, 3, 4 when it's instructional steps that I need for helping someone with doing network troubleshooting. But that was the problem that I had with Gemini Gems is how do I differentiate the tool to change? And I think that was just a roadblock that I had. That's why I pivoted to NotebookLM for now, but it's certainly something that I can try in the future. Now that I have NotebookLM, it can integrate with the Gemini Gem. Another thing about NotebookLM is that it can integrate with your classroom as well for supporting material. So it could be Google Classroom, it could be Brightspace. Definitely a supplemental AI tool for sure that can get people on the same level. Any other questions? Yeah, so with as a training tool, I could make a Brightspace course or Google Classroom course and integrate this. The next steps that I was thinking about were these videos could be renamed. So it could be video 1, video 2, based on which discussion it was going over rather than just explaining a certain kind of step to direct the student or staff to go through one video at a time or one particular step. And then on the other side of that is to create a quiz. So NotebookLM can create quizzes. They are editable, but there are other tools that can create quizzes as well. So I'll have to test and compare the options for quizzes, and just to make sure that we're under the same understanding of how to help people. I did notice another thing too is that Adobe Express is another tool that you can use for creating videos, creating presentations. So it's a very similar concept. You just need to also tell Adobe Express what you want from it, and it will present that using templates and things. Same concept. So for this one, I just chose a template, but I said NotebookLM overview, and it gave us about 6 slides. I think currently right now, NotebookLM, it's harder to edit what is already created, but if you use these other tools like Adobe Express, then the text can be changed, right? If it has the AI misspelling and hallucinations, you can just edit out and change those steps. And it's probably easier to get accessibility in there. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you.